Alright, Victorum Gaming fans and Flames War fans, we are back with another unboxing. So today we have the awesome mid-war set Dietrich's Ghost for you guys, and basically as it says on the box here, so you get 6 plastic tanks and 4 plastic guns, and in some ways it's similar to the Africa Corps box as far as the tanks go, but instead of 88s here we get the artillery piece, the 10.5 centimeter one. So we'll be right back after we get this open for you guys, and stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got a big old pile of stuff in here, and as normal you get quite a bit in all these Flames of War starters basically. So there is a copy, basically a soft cover of the rulebook. We're not showing that, but basically it's nice that that is included, so it really helps new players just jump right into the game. So actual components though that are specific here. So interestingly, still got the metal infantry, even though the Africa Corps one had all plastic infantry, but nonetheless that's basically your artillery crew stuff there. So you get a good little chunk of them there. Directions, again, everything is plastic aside from that metal infantry, so it does give you some ideas on basically assembling the artillery piece, variants for the Panzer III, and basically just a quick guide on the Panzer IV there. Got a couple of versions that you can build as well. So we already have a pretty extensive Africa Corps force, so we can definitely swap some things over, even though the paint job will eventually obviously give it away. That's still Africa Corps, but still a lot of mid-war stuff here. So we'll probably focus a little bit more on the variants that we didn't build in Africa Corps, but then eventually just add more to bulk up the numbers at a later date when it's more convenient. So along with the infantry, so we got the bigger bases and some gap fillers, basically, or some hole fillers, just because not every base is going to use all of the crew spots there, so we got that. So you get a bunch of little components there. We'll put the cards aside for just a moment. So again, everything is that nice new plastic, and by and large is pretty fun and easy to assemble, and the detail is still really crisp, so Battlefront definitely does a good job there. So this is, you basically get 4 of the artillery sprues, so again, very quick assembly job there, and then just a matter of putting the crew on, so not really difficult at all. And again, very nice details there. So maybe we'll hold it this way actually for you guys. So again, that's that German 10.5 centimeter artillery. So not the heaviest one in the game, but certainly does work for you. So good stuff there. And I do believe that still is also in effect for late war, but this is again more of a mid-war set. So more of a really like an Eastern Front set. Not necessarily specifically Stalingrad, but there's plenty that you can do mid-war with the Germans. So you get 3, I believe it's 3 of the Panzer IVs. So again, hull and everything there, a couple of variants you can build. Basically, if you want to go the long gun or the, actually, sorry, this is the Panzer III, my mistake. So you have different versions. You got the 5 centimeter long and short, and then you can go with the, I believe it's also a 7.5 centimeter there. So lots of options, and you can go up armored as well. So really almost a bewildering array of choices to represent the Panzer III, but then again, it was also constantly being upgraded, so it's really cool to just have access to all those variants. But again, everything there on the sprue for you guys, really good detail. So flip this bad boy over so you can get an idea of the hull top and everything. So again, really good stuff here. So yeah, 3 of those things, and then 3 of the Panzer IVs as well. You do get another little baggie here. This one basically just has some commander, like platoon commander or even company commander figures, basically, just so it's easy to identify. You don't necessarily have to use them. You can mark that in other ways, but nonetheless, you get some more goodies in there as well. So moving on, then the awesome Panzer IV. So yeah, here's where we have that short barrel, but then also sort of the more typical long barrel at this point of the war, with different muzzle brakes and stuff. So definitely reach out and do some work there. I believe it's either AT-11 or 12. Don't remember off the top of my head, but we'll definitely do work against most typical Allied tanks, just not maybe the super heavy stuff that comes around. And again, just to give you guys an idea of the other side there. So again, detail is on point there, so you're not like really losing anything over the resin, and assembly is pretty quick, especially after you get a couple of them done. It's basically just very routine. You get everything kind of going assembly line, and doesn't take long overall. There's a couple extra cards that we're not picturing just because we kind of covered Panzer IVs and other unboxing videos and stuff like that. Same thing with the other units here. So, but the other cards that really are going to be more specific to the set, that you won't get elsewhere. So you get our sort of art card from the box cover, and then that's basically just your movement orders. So you got, your blitz move, shoot and scoot, dig in, follow me, and cross here. Typical German stuff. And then here, to represent Iron Cross, basically. So you got the different formations. You can do a Panzer IV tank company, a Panzer III tank company, a Panzer Grenadier company, or even just a Grenadier company. And then you got support unit options, which is this other side that we'll flip to here. So, but again, lots of nice options for fielding Germans. Again, it's not just all tanks all the time. Certainly infantry is viable, but you got really just a plethora of things to go with. So other units that you could potentially bring in here, a Tiger Heavy platoon. So, basically bringing the big cat of the mid-war. Again, really expensive, but on the other hand, kind of just deletes anything you shoot at if you hit. A Stug, basically an early assault gun platoon, so not quite that typical Stug that you see in the late war list, but still a fun vehicle to add. Martyrs, of course, are really awesome. So this one's still that 7.62, basically not stolen, but the liberated Russian guns, I believe that's that version. Then you get different tank hunter platoons, and really just to represent, the quick sort of escalation of firepower that the Germans needed once the T-34 and stuff hit the scene here with early to mid-war. So you go from getting a 3.7 tank hunter platoon, which will be really cheap, up to the 5 centimeter, which can definitely do some work. But again, mid-war will probably see you facing increasingly more armored things. So the 5 centimeter can struggle sometimes if the opponent's rolling hot on their armor. And then, of course, you get the awesome 7.5 centimeter, which again will be the most points, but AT-12 is pretty dang solid, and will pretty much, again, delete most things that you're going to encounter. Moving on, you get some light scout troop action as well, so you can go with the SD, KFZ 221 and 222, or if you want to go a little bit heavier, you go with 231, which I believe is the 8-rad version, or 8-wheel version. You got the artillery battery there, so as we see that we get that in the kit. Nebelwerfer battery, a Panzer II OP. So basically, if you've ever just picked up a random Panzer II from one of the platoons there, you can just snag one of those for that. A little bit of light AA and heavy AA, so you get the SDKFC 10-4. Basically, I think that comes with either 2 centimeter or 3.5, or sorry, not 3.5, 3.7. I think it's the 2 centimeter though. Don't quote me on that right now. And then the 8.8, of course, which is the Flak 88. So definitely will do some work there, and of course is also very good at deleting tanks. And then some Stukas as well. So, and you got to sort of an upgraded version here that came around with the Stuka. So the one that has the cannons on it, which I don't think is represented in the Africa Corps version. So you might, model-wise, you might be okay with proxying the regular one. But I think there is a one that you can buy that actually shows the cannons on it too. But nonetheless, really cool if you want some pretty solid close air support, of course, if they show up. And then the formation and allied support options there, and the wild card thing. So, but overall, again, another great start. All of these boxes that Battlefront has put out to basically help people get into Flames. And again, they pack the rulebook in there. Again, we didn't show it here, but just being able to get basically the full rules is awesome, and all included in that price. And these are all priced pretty solidly. So whether you're doing Axis, Allies, or just whatever flavor of army, as long as it's got one of these boxes, it's a pretty solid investment for you to pick up, and really will get you started on just getting a whole bunch of stuff for a really good price, and again, getting the rules. And in some cases, depending on what you want to field, it's not even a bad idea to double up on these. Although sometimes with the artillery, you might get a little bit more than you really will ever use realistically. But hey, bigger games and all that are fun too. So here you do get the option of 2 of the 10.5 artillery batteries. But yeah. Definitely worth picking up. Hope you guys enjoyed our little look through here. We'll definitely looking at getting this assembled. We're basically working on 2 different German armies at the same time. So we put out some fair bit of coverage on our Africa Corps stuff with the unboxing videos, and kind of some progress that we're making over on our Instagram there. We just got everything primed the other day. This is our other German army for mid-war that we're working on. So again, more of an Eastern Front Stalingrad type thing. So Stalingrad and Kursk, basically kind of that period that we're going for there, specifically with some of the lists we're going to build. And then at some point, we will probably start a 3rd German army for late war, but that's a little bit further down the pipeline. We just also picked up some goodies to basically expand our Italians that we have for the desert setting, so that will probably precede all of those. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, hit us up with a like and a subscribe if you haven't already, and then we will see you in the next one.